makeup friends, come and get ready with me. I am getting ready to go out. It is the most beautiful day and I have this new little baby palette by Delilah. I've used it once already, so it's not in perfect condition. But isn't that a great palette? So it is called Damsel 6601. I've got, from what I can see, maybe 3 mattes, so like a deep taupey grey, another sort of mid fawn, a cream. They're all in matte, and then the shimmers go along with some like rich mulberry, bronze, coppers and a gold. And I just thought that, I mean, I couldn't be happier with that mix. So I'm going to go in first with the matte cream, as I always do. If you watch or have watched my videos, you will absolutely know that I always go in all over my eye with a nice wash of a cream eyeshadow. Not a cream as in consistency, but cream as in the colour. I just think as a base, even if you don't use an eye primer, that is a great start to lay down any other colours on top. Now, as usual, decisions. I haven't actually made a plan for what colours I'm going to use. I feel like I'm going to go in this mid area, so I'm going to go in with this little shimmery champagne colour on my lid, and that's going to be sort of my mid-tone, my nice base shade on my lids to give a nice big lid area. I want my lids, so the movable lid here, not the brow bone, to look as big as possible. And then I'm going to go into the middle one, into this copper, with the same brush, which I didn't blow off, and that's just gone down onto my cheek. Big lesson to you, always tap off. And I'm going to take that into my socket, so I'm just going to put a blob on each side. That's normally how let's clear this up a little bit. That's always how I do things. I do a little blob and then I start pulling that from the outer corner into the inner eye. Now I have not dipped in again with my eyeshadow at all. I'm just using what was on my brush and moving that around back and forward, nice big strokes with a really soft blending brush. Because until you've really worked around that first initial hit of colour, you don't know what the pigment's going to be like, how it's going to transfer and how much you're going to need. Now that has already given me a really nice amount of definition in the sockets. I think I'm going to go deeper. I think I'm actually going to try this like deep mulberry shade. Tap this off. And another little dot of that in the outer corner. Yeah, that's smoked up a lot more. That's great. Let's take a little bit more on this side. A little dab in the outer corner, and then I'm using my brush, letting my brush do the work for me, holding it really gently and just pulling back and forward just along my socket. I'm keeping as much clear of the paleness on the lid as possible. Now this stage isn't for everyone, but I am actually going to take what's left over on the edge of my brush and just run that underneath my lash line a bit. If you hold your brush very delicately, you will be able to just take a little bit of what's left over, the colour that's left over from the lids, and transfer that down underneath your eyes. There really should be hardly anything left on your brush at this stage, so you will be able to just start checking if you need to drag out the corners anymore. I like my eyes to look extremely wide and trying to pull them and lift them a little bit. If I have any little corrections that I want to make, I just get my foundation brush and clean up a little bit. But I'm pretty sure any of you, even just with one brush, you could have done that look. And if your eye shape differs, that's fine. You're just gonna, if you've got a heavier lid, you're just gonna take more of the dark colour on the lid and not always take it right up onto the brow bone, because what I'm doing is trying to create a socket effect, but what you want to do is to ignore that it's there and just blend across. Naturally, it wouldn't be me if I didn't go in with this little dark charcoal bitter chocolate shade in the corner with a liner brush just along my lash line. I'm just going to use that little angled brush and literally dab it, doing little dashes along my lashes and slightly out to the corners, just so I can have a little bit more smokiness and just feel like my lashes look a little bit more elongated. I can build up on that. I stop around the middle of my iris. I don't tend to take it into the inner eye because I don't want to close up my eyes even more. I can go a little bit underneath if I want to really have a lovely smoky effect. If I want a bit more of a nighttime look. But you can build that as you want it. Alright, lastly I'm going in with my mascara. Oh, my mascara is also... Is it Delilah? It's also Delilah. This is a whole Delilah video. If you're watching, you're welcome. That was not intentional. It's just products that I really like to use. And I'm just going to go in and probably wipe off a little bit of that. And I always look down into a mirror and I just wiggle from the base of my lashes up through. And at the end, if I need a little bit more definition, I just go and use the tip of my mascara wand and add a little bit more product on the ends. But the wiggling up through is really the key to separating the lashes. That's it, that's my quick Delilah eye with this little palette. I am done, I just need to do my eyebrows and lips and then I'm ready to go. Have a good night.